Let's talk about that high quality growth. And I'd like to zone in on China, because China's President Xi Jinping has said that's going to be the focus now, high quality growth as opposed to high speed growth. What do you understand by that?
I support what China is trying to do. And in my language, what they're trying to do is to reduce the footprint per unit of GDP so they can continue to expand the economy while at the same time reduce the damage caused to the planet. So that's what high quality growth is sustainable development in the Western world. Ecological civilization is simply to organize the satisfaction of human beings' consumption and other needs in a manner that does not expand the footprint. Many people argue that this is not possible. I disagree, and recent history disagrees. It is possible, but it does require that you move people, labor and capital from dirty activities, fossil-based activities, to green activities. So you need to shift, some of this labor and capital through regulation. And it is fully doable. And in my mind, this is exactly what the Chinese are doing. They have decided that the future is electric. The future is solar cells and windmills and electric cars and batteries. And they have basically paid for the development of those industries upfront and spent tax money or governmental money in China to build the capacity to do these things, even though they are not profitable at the time when this happens. In a few years or in a decade, the West will discover that China is way ahead of them in the production of those things that we are going to use in the future. And the West will be asking themselves the question, why aren't we producing these things? And we have the capacity to produce exactly those things. And at the time, 10 years in the future, they will be saying that we are not doing this because we can't compete with the Chinese. They started 10 years before us, and they have, of course, built the factories, and they have matured the production so that they are unbeatable from a profit point of view at that point in time. Those things the world needs in order to become sustainable, in order to solve the climate crisis, are not profitable from the investor point of view. Then you must ask the question, how can we get those things done without profits? And the answer is totally obvious, that the only way to do it is to subsidize the activity so that it looks profitable from the point of view of the investor. England has done this large scale in the North Sea. You are subsidizing the development of offshore wind. Subsidy will be paid in the future. Those who build the windmills will get the right to sell that power at a much higher price than this is the subsidy paid by UK taxpayers in order to save the world. The government starts to interfere with the operation of the free market because the free market is incapable of solving those problems that needs to be solved in order to avoid declining well-being over the next 30 to 60 years.